Welcome back again. It's time to add the final section to our site, and then we'll learn how to set up our site's navigation. Let's jump right back in. To add our final section, let's go to the bottom of the Our Team section and click Add Section. Now, let's open up the layers and rename this section. We'll click the three dots and hit Rename. We'll call this one Contact. To add in our contact form, let's go up to the Add Elements panel, down to Contacts and Forms, and then we'll have some options to choose from. We can create a new form, add an existing form, or grab one of these pre-made contact forms. Let's grab this top one and drag it in. You'll see now that we're adding the Wix Form app. Once the form is in place, let's select the form and stretch it to fill the entire section. Now, to make changes to the form, let's click Edit Form on the floating white toolbar. This will open up the dashboard to our Content Forms backend. Here, we can add or remove any fields that we'd like. To add in a new field, let's grab something like phone and drag it in. To remove a field, we simply click on any field that we want to and hit delete. To edit the title of the form, we can click on Contact Us, hit Edit Text, and change it to whatever we'd like. From this dashboard, we can also preview the form and see any form submissions. Once we are finished, let's hit Save. And then we'll close out this window. Now we can see the changes that were made to the form. To make additional design changes, we can click Settings in the floating white toolbar. From here, we can change the form to any other form we have created, change the layout, and the design. Let's go ahead and change the button color by going to Buttons, going to Submit Button, and changing the color. We'll click on the color picker and choose black. Now that we have all our sections created, let's preview the site and see it as a whole. Now that our sections are complete, the last thing that we want to do is set up our navigation menu back in the header so we can easily navigate to each section. The first thing that we need to do is set up an anchor on each section. So let's open up the Layers panel and click on the About Us section. With the section selected, let's open up the Inspector panel and scroll all the way to the bottom. Here, you'll see Anchor. Let's hit the right arrow to open up the anchor and toggle on Add an Anchor. Now, if we scroll a little farther, we can name this anchor with the section name. Now let's do the same to our Services, Team, and Contact section. We'll select Services, toggle on Add Anchor, and give it a name. Then we'll select Team, toggle on Anchor, and name it Team. Finally, we'll click Contact, toggle on the anchor, and name it Contact. With the anchors in place, we can now add the menu. Let's scroll back to the top and go to the Add Elements panel. From the Quick Add, we can drag in a menu, or we can go to Menus and search. Here, you'll find some pre-designed menus that you can add in and then customize. Let's just grab this top horizontal menu and drag it in. Since we only have one page, all we're going to see is Home. To manage the menu, let's click Manage Menu in the floating white toolbar. Here, we can see which menu is being displayed. To add an item, select Add Item at the bottom. Here, we can choose Site Pages, Linker Anchor, or Dropdown. Let's choose Linker Anchor. On the left-hand side, let's select Anchor. And now we choose which page the anchor is on. Now we can choose which anchor on this page we want to link this to. Let's start with About Us. Once we hit Done, the new anchor will be added, and we can rename it. Now let's do the same for the rest of the sections. We'll add an item, click on Linker Anchor, select Anchor, choose this page, and then we'll select Services. Once we hit Done, we can rename this link to Services. Let's add an item, click on Anchor, this page, and this time we'll do Team. Because this is just one page, we can remove Home from the menu by clicking the three dots and selecting Remove from Menu. Now let's preview the site to see how this navigation works. In the top right-hand corner, let's hit preview. If we hover over About and select it, it automatically brings us down to the About section. If we scroll back to the top and select Services, you'll see that it brings us to the Our Services section. And again, the team and contact would do the same. This is how the anchor menu works. Now let's hit Edit Site to make more adjustments to the menu design. Let's scroll back to the top and select the menu. With the menu selected, we can open up the inspector panel, go to Design, and make some additional changes. Here, we can choose what we want to design, whether the items or the container. Let's design the items. We'll start with the regular state and change up the text color by going down to Text and changing the color from black to white. Now, we'll go to the hover state and change the color to white. And finally, we'll make sure we change the selected state from blue to white, or any color that you like. Now we can preview the site and see those changes. The last link we can set would be our call to action button. Let's click on the button and hit the link icon. Here, we can also set an anchor to our first section. If we preview the site again, we can see that this button now takes us to the anchor on the About Us section. All right, we've done it. You've now successfully built out all the sections of your site and can easily navigate to them. Now's a great time to refine any part of the site you'd like. When finished, meet me in the next lesson.